How is the YouTube fam doing? So I thought I'd do a early weekly update, bi-weekly update. It is Monday today. Now this video, by the time it gets up, you guys will already know and already see that I have changed my Google account name, AKA my YouTube channel. So I was talking with some friends. Some friends are pretty good YouTubers. They know what they're doing. So I like to take advice from people who know what they're doing. Now, as you all know, my name, Canadian GT, that was my original name, obviously. And that name, I think, shrinks down my possible results for searches because the name Canadian. As you all know, I'm sure, we are up here in Canada. We are roughly 10% of the population of the U.S. A little less, I think. But most of my views are coming from the U.S. So that tells me, A, obviously there's more people in the U.S., so there's more people watching YouTube. And C, I just skipped B. B, they are likely not searching Canadian GT. But I do have subscribers from the US. But I'm talking about others, right? So I decided to converse with some friends, people in the industry, what they thought about my name. And they basically all said the same thing. They all said that it's likely inhibiting my channel from popping up on certain things, certain searches, what have you. So I decided I'm gonna switch it up. It was between two names. One name I thought about myself, and the other name was recommendations that I got. So it was between Life with Cars, because I want to branch out into, vlogs showing life outside of cars, with cars, so life with cars. Or I was gonna have something specific, but generic enough for people to search. So as you can tell, my name is Supra Beast. That was the name that was recommended to me. And at first I wasn't gonna change it, but then I started to think that, the Supra, huge part of my life, huge part of the channel, and one will likely always be in my garage, regardless of what else is here. So I decided that's pretty significant enough, and I think the name would look cool on a hat or a shirt if I ever so chose to branch out into merch, which I think was a cool idea, maybe down the road. So that's what I'm doing. That is the special big news update of the week. I hope you guys all, somewhat like the name, take it with stride, but most importantly, take it with a grain of salt, because it's my channel. So anyway, moving on to the cars, moving on to the content of the channel, if you will. So I don't know if I told you guys, but the boost gauge in the STI stopped working. I got down and dirty in there, and I hate it because that thing broke the original clock bezel. When I took this thing out, it shattered, and it's because this car literally sat in the sun in Japan. So it baked it and it broke. I think I even threw it away. But anyway, I was very cautious. That one, I'm lucky I kept that thing. That was from one of my other Subarus, so I'm lucky I kept it. And I was able to hook up the boost gauge to the clock. I traced all the wires. All the wires were fine, which is good. So I'm like, that left me with one thing, or two things. It was either the gauge or the sender unit. So I went on a limb and I bought the sender unit. It is kind of weird that a Defi gauge would just stop right out of the gate. Nonetheless, it was the sender unit, which is a cheaper purchase, obviously, because the gauges can be expensive. So anyway, that's fixed on the STI. Super happy about that. Here is the bag of silicone hoses. Let's see if you can see. But it's all the nice stuff to replace all the crusty old hoses on the STI, but I don't want to do it yet. I want to do it all in one shot. I don't want to replace one here, one there. And the reason that they're not in the car yet is because I want to replace the turbo inlet hose, because that is dry plastic. And if I yank on the hoses that are on it now, I'm sure it'll break, and then I'll be in, you know, somewhat trouble. And Supra is good to go. Well, not good to go yet, because these are still in the package and not on the car, but they will be on the car soon. So I got to put this on, bleed the brakes, buy some new Toyota or Motul brake fluid. This stuff from Toyota is stupidly expensive. Motul is probably cheaper. I can't remember what this was. If I remember correctly, this was like $20, $25 here, but just stupid. So I am going to price out some good brake fluid, change the line on the Supra, brake line, and what's down the pipe for this is coilovers, because I am rubbing now with the 295s and the twin turbo suspension, which is surprising. I did a whole video on the twin turbo suspension, and for some reason it's really soft in the back now. So I don't know if it's because the old stuff was seized or whatnot, but it's really soft. It could be also because we added 3 more pounds of boost. It's tuned for it now, so the car might be, you know, squatting more. But when it does, I just do a rolling burnout, because the tires literally smoke on the side of the fender. And I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway, so that's the update for the Supra. Almost there. Update for the STI. The hoses need to go on. I need to get a turbo inlet hose, and we should be good to go after that. But I think I'm going to end the video off here. I hope you guys embrace the change. Hopefully it does good for the channel. I think it's kind of more appropriate for the channel too, and we'll see what the future brings. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing. All right, peace.